Welcome to King Lizard's Game Lounge and Grid Autosport racing action on PC. So I'm running the HD texture pack for Grid Autosport. I didn't even realise such a thing existed, so I was pretty excited when I saw that Grid Autosport was available on Steam, and not only was it available, but I could also download a HD texture pack to bring the graphics up to date. I absolutely love this game to death on Xbox 360. You'll see lots of videos on the channel already, but I thought I'd take the opportunity to do my first piece of PC gaming on the channel, because I've yet to actually post anything until now. So we're in San Francisco in Grid Autosport, and this is the short circuit for San Francisco. It's a 4-lap race, and these are hot hatches, and the car I'm driving is a Ford Focus ST. Now, the thing I love about Grid is it's totally in your face. It's a blistering racing experience. It's just very, very fast, and the AI are pretty unforgiving. If you treat the AI badly, they will return the favour plus interest. So I'm going to push this as hard as I can, and it's going to take everything I've got to try and beat these guys from experience, especially on the PC, because it's generally a lot harder experience than it is on the console as well, I find. So currently in 4th place, got in 4th place quite quickly into the 2nd lap here, and moving at absolute blistering speed. I'm way too quick here into the back of that 2nd place car. I'm getting out a little bit slow here. TCS was fighting like mad to regain control, so those two cars I did make a bit of a lead on, I've lost. Managed to squeeze 3rd place there as one of the cars lost some of its bodywork. Heading 1st place in the side there, actually managed to get me into 2nd place, although that view change did not help me. So halfway through lap 2 here, and in 2nd place, not too bad. Obviously I've got a Ford Focus ST in front of me, which I'm going to try and reel in. I'm a really tight right-hander here. I got caught up on him, not so good. I'm going to try and boost it to the end of this. Hopefully I can get him on the next corner. Now, one of the things I love about the Grid series is the damage model. Damage model in these games are fantastic, and in my opinion unsurpassed by any other game. Grid games in general for me just have a certain level of excitement in them that just makes them that much more enjoyable and more kind of in your face and exciting race experience than, say, for instance, Forza or even Gran Turismo. You know, there's just that more detail that just makes the game that much more exciting, I feel anyway, for me. And now that I've got this running on the PC with this HD texture pack, I'm going to be spending quite a lot of time with it, and hopefully I might get some crash footage for some of my next crash compilations on the channel. But managed to squeeze into 1st there on that really tight right-hander. However, he's right on my outside here, really pushing me to the max, to say I. The Grid series are really notorious for their hardness. They're very, very difficult games. In fact, the first game actually put a lot of gamers off of actually playing any of the others, which I think is a real shame, because the Grid series, in my opinion, definitely one of the best racing series ever produced for any gaming console or PC for that matter. Now, if you're wondering what spec I'm running here, I'm running an MSI laptop. It is equipped with a 1080 GTX graphics card, and my understanding of the MSI is that they actually use the full size chipset, so it's not like a lot of laptops where it's a scaled down chipset. I've got 32 gig of RAM inbuilt. I'm running an SSD hard drive for all of my games, so I've got basically an OS disk, which is obviously C, where I do all my installs for programs and stuff, but that remains OS only. And then I've got a 2 gig SSD that I'm using for my games in the PC, because obviously that's direct access memory and it's a hell of a lot quicker to load games and stuff. The processor is an Intel i7-6820HK at 2.7 gigahertz, and it's Windows 10 64-bit operating system I'm running on. Now, I think the model, I can't remember the exact model number of my MSI is. I'll have to grab that on one of the other videos, but it's actually a really good laptop, this. I originally purchased a Dell Alienware, 17-inch Dell Alienware. It was about £1,000, or actually I know it was £1,700, and I didn't want to go too mad in terms of price for a gaming laptop, but at the same time I wanted something that could run very good spec games, you know, something that was going to last me a few years and not be instantly obsolete within a year or two, which typically happens with a lot of PC systems. So I initially went for the Dell Alienware, as I said, from a very well-known UK outlet at £1,700, and that was a 16 gig RAM. It was a 1080M, so it was the mobile variant of the 1080 GTX, and it was also an i7. I've got a feeling it was 2 gigahertz, so it wasn't 2.7 like this one, and it couldn't run the most simplest of games. Now, I don't know whether it was a defective laptop or not. I didn't give them another chance to replace it with another unit, because obviously once you get into that, you're kind of stuck with that particular piece of product once you get a replacement in terms of UK law. So I thought, no, I'm not taking a chance here. You know, it couldn't run things like Crysis. The minute I met like an enemy or two, the whole screen started freezing up and stuff. When I tried to run this game, it was just like watching slow motion capture, and I thought, no, not for me. I returned the Alienware, got my money back, really wasn't happy with it, and as a result I went searching elsewhere and did a lot more research. And after a weekend of solid research, I landed pretty firmly on this MSI laptop that I've got now. Now, the thing with the MSI, as I said before, is that the integrated chipsets that they use, obviously they're using the best chipsets they can use as well, but on top of that, they're not scaled down, which means the laptops will give you a lot better performance than your standard laptop, where chipsets generally are scaled down, and sometimes you're losing up to 25% of the processing power and stuff. So for me, you know, it was really important to get a laptop with the performance, or as close to performance as I could get to a PC system. Obviously the smartest thing to do if you're a PC gamer is to buy, you know, a base unit with a monitor and stuff. That way you're going to get a, you know, top spec system, but also a system you can upgrade in later life a lot easier. For me, I just don't have the space for base units and stuff anymore, and as a result, that was why I needed a laptop. So I do appreciate that obviously base units are going to be better solutions for gaming, but at the same time I just don't have that room in my lifestyle. So as a result, that's why I went for kind of top of the line that I could from MSI. Now this thing I'm running actually currently sells for around about £2,800. I was lucky enough to get it to £2,500 when I first bought it, but literally within a month of buying it, it went up £300. So I was really happy I bought it when I did. So while I was enjoying the replay along with you guys, I quickly looked up the model of my MSI laptop. So my MSI laptop is a GT73VR 6RF, and it's part of the Titan Pro series of MSI gaming laptops, and its 32 gig of RAM is actually DDR4 RAM. The 1080 GTX is actually an 8 gig variant of the NVIDIA card, and my screen is 120 Hertz, really nice screen this, and it's a 17.3 full HD screen. So that's the full specs of the system that I'm using if you're interested for this, and it runs this like a treat. It really does look nice and play nice on this system. Now for capturing, I'm actually capturing direct to the laptop, so I'm using a program called Fraps. That's Fraps, if you're wondering how I'm doing this. And you need to be careful with Fraps because the capture on the PC in general, because I tried to play back this video through a number of the standard media players, so Windows Media Player and also that film and TV player that you get with Windows 10. They couldn't handle this video. One of them came up blank with sound, the other one just would not play the video. It kind of went into like slow motion capture, and I thought I had a problem, so I was deleting videos, and then it was only when I put this into Filmora I noticed that the video was fine. It was just that the players themselves just couldn't handle the level of graphics that this thing is capturing. So just a little tip there if you want to capture, or you're looking at capture on PC as well. Anyway, I'll take this opportunity to thank you guys for watching. Please be kind enough to click that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber.